Hey everyone, it's John Daniel. It is your favorite basement dungeon lair composer coming at you with what I think is one of the simplest, coolest chord progressions I've ever come up with within the context of the piece that I'm writing. So I hope you stick around to see what those chords are. Hey everyone, welcome back. I wanted to make sure that I gave you this update on this song that I've been writing over the last couple weeks or so. Kind of randomly titled it Ode to the Sea, and that sparked this just what I think is a really cool mashup between Beethoven's famous Ode to Joy and the song that I've been composing about the ocean. So the previous video that I did on this, obviously if you watched it, thank you, but the file froze for whatever reason. Didn't realize it until after I had recorded it. Wanted to get the video out. But because of that, most of what I said in that video probably doesn't mean much because you could barely see it. So you don't get quite the start to finish in this video, but wanted to make sure that I just walked you through the concept, the origin, and kind of where this piece has come from. Because it doesn't have much more to go, and I'm really excited about it. So let's kind of take a look. So here's the piece. So the Ode to the Sea. I just had this idea of the joy of sailing. How can I bring that across? And so here it is. So I kind of fleshed out the intro for the piano part. I'm excited about that. I did this opening. I'm going to go to there. There we go. So this opening section here after the intro, you have this partner song where you've got the top line sings it first, the bottom line sings it second, and then they'll sing it together. I'll let you hear that. Well, actually, let's just start from the beginning. I'll walk you through it as we're listening to it. So from the beginning, we get. Here we go. Hoist the sail, grab the wind, off we go. A new adventure is calling through the storm, or gentle breeze. Our voice can only be found on the seas. And then the second time is, we're the sailors on the open sea, full of courage, full of life. On this journey to the great unknown, the ocean calls us day and night. And then it would do a third time through, which I haven't figured out the editing for. Okay, before I get any further, I am so... I love this next chord progression. So you kind of have like those opening two ideas. You kind of have this interlude section, which is what we're going to get to right here. But I wanted to switch... again, you kind of have this tonality of the ocean, right? This minor chord followed by a major chord a whole step below it. It's just very sailorish, right? Right? So I initially thought I wanted my my bridge to be in kind of like a major key to kind of offset this. But as I walked it down, it just made sense to kind of stay in this G minor space from, right, you're kind of in like the minor 4 if you're thinking D minor, you're going to G minor. So look at these chords here if you can see them. We have, I'll zoom in actually, I should be able to, did that do it for you? There we go. Okay, right, sorry. What happened? There, okay. Yes, you are zoomed in. Still figuring out these programs. All right, so coming out of this, again, here's your bass line, right? It walks it down. D, C, B flat, A. Now, look at these chords. So these make sense, right? I'm gonna skip that. Those are all, that's like, it's another G minor chord to the major chord below it. Still within the same key, but then if you walk down another whole step, right? So G minor, down a whole step, F, down another whole step. You get to this E flat, which is kind of borrowing this chord, which is pretty cool. But you get here, and I went, uh-oh, how do I get back to the G, right? Other than walking back up, which just sounds like 80s rock and roll somehow. But I found this turnaround where you're going from the E flat to, you just go up a half step then, and then it circles back to the D minor, which again walks us back to the D minor. So like this progression here, I just think is kind of really cool for, again, this idea of being out on the C. You get this, here, I'll just play it for you. If I hit the right notes. Starts out the same way, going up to the top of this next page here so you can see it. And then again, wanted to do something slightly different. So it almost is the same. Except here you get the C sharp, which leads you to the D minor. But I'm like, oh, but I still want that E flat. So you have this nice chromatic passage. Just building tension so well throughout this whole section. Yeah, so again, a lot of this chromatic passage work is going to be heavy on the piano part, and I'm not going to give the singers as much of that because I haven't written the vocal part for this yet. But I just love this progression so much, I wanted to walk you guys through it. And then we're back into our D minor kind of feel for the rest of the song. So what is so cool about this though is, again, like I said, I had this idea for the song, saved the title randomly for this ode to the C, and then Beethoven came to mind because anytime you hear ode, naturally you're thinking ode to joy. And realize that you can, I'm sure it's been done before somewhere, so I don't think I'm original in this at all, but you can do the Ode to Joy melody. Which is written in a major key. But you can do that in the relative minor. So if it was in F major, you're down a minor third to go to the relative minor. Which is effectively what my chord progression was. So it just worked out perfectly to get into that. Before we did that, though, or before I get there, though, this is where I kind of threw this in, and I'm not 100% sure if it fits yet. I actually had another completely different section that I was like, oh, this is just way too much. Took that out, and then I'm left with this. So I have this kind of stomping section because, again, imagining you're on an ocean, a ship. You have all these people, pulling on all these ropes. They got to do a whole bunch of teamwork with it. So that's really what this bridge is going to be about. It's kind of about building teamwork through hard work. But then you get to this, and we're going to add in some vocalizations, I'll call them. Right, so coming out of that bridge section, nice hard stomp on one. Stomp, heave, stomp, stomp, ho, stomp, heave, stomp, stomp. And that goes back into the piano's doing the same thing at the beginning of the song, except you have that alto line kind of takes over the melody of the Ode to Joy. So let's take a listen to fast forward to where we get to this part. And it's really funny because Sibelius, for as many things that it does really well, it doesn't do unvoiced or unpitched things. So like these are just random pitches that I chose, because normally these unpitched are put on the lines, I feel like. So anyway, so we're coming out of this interlude section. I'll just let you listen. Stomp, heave, stomp, stomp, ho, heave. Yeah, so I'll pause that for a second because I changed the piano part up here a little bit because my original phrase was 14 measures instead of 16. And so, but Ode to Joy is 16, so I had to add in these extra 2 measures in the piano part, which you'll see me do again at the end here. I had considered making the Ode to Joy just a third line, kind of like a descant. And I still might do that instead of what I have written here, where you kind of bring back that first idea. Because right now, if you come back to the start here, we are sailors on the open sea, that is not used anywhere else currently. And I think it would go here because we're using the same parts. So I'm trying to decide if I wanted to highlight the Ode to Joy melody, and I wanted to give that its own thing, which is why you have it over top of this like heaving and hoeing instead of put into a descant. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. If you think that this would be better as a descant, then let me know in the comments below. Because I'm always open to other people's interpretations, because this is, I love getting feedback of hearing what you think works, what doesn't work, especially from a singer's perspective or a director's perspective. All right, so kind of wrapping this up. This comes back in with the hoist the sail, grab the wind, that opening lick. But again, when we get through this, as it's kind of melding together, there's some tones that don't quite work perfectly. I considered, actually, again, I had written like this really fluid moving piano part, kind of like more of this stuff, throughout most of this. Why is that? There it is. And I realized again, I was like, well, okay, this is primarily written for an elementary choir who's the main piano player for that choir. And it's likely somebody who's not professionally trained as a piano player. So I had to pull back and try to make this a little bit more simplified. I still think my bass line is too simple. I kind of just have octaves throughout the entire song for my left hand. I think I can do better with that. Just haven't played around with it yet. But let's go to where the Ode to Joy meets the Ode to the Sea, and take a listen from here to the end. Grab the wind, go, a new adventure is calling through the storm, or gentle breeze, our joy can only be found, our joy can only be found, our joy can only be found on the sail, hoist the sail, hoist the sail, hoist the sail. Yeah, actually I feel like now that I'm listening to that, I need an extra measure in there. So I'll go back and edit that at the end of this video. But a couple things in there. You kind of heard it, the 14 versus 16 measure. So this Ode to Joy melody has those 16, so I needed to add an extra Our Joy Can Only Be Found. I think it works perfectly fine. The only thing I had to do was, you have this melody that we've had, the Our joy can only be found on the sea is what it has been. So that starts right here. Our joy can only be found. Got to do it again. Our joy can only be. But if I went back down to the E, found, look what it's clashing with at the end of my Ode to Joy melody. Right? So I didn't want that to crash, or clash. So I had to bring this up to that A, which again, variations, especially in repetition stuff like this, is good. It's strong, right? Our joy can only be found. Our joy can only be found. And then that leads you up to the thirds, right? So the last time through, our altos are going to join in. They're going to the altos take over the melody. Our joy can only be found, which means our sopranos now are free to do the harmony. Sorry, our joy. And then this is where I said I need an extra measure, right? No, it wasn't there. Found on the hoist the sail, hoist the sail, hoist the sail, hoist the sail. 2, 3. On the sea. Yeah, I need another measure right here. So that's what I will do. But again, I think my face is probably hiding the corner here. I don't have it set up right now to unshow that, but or to unhide my face. I don't know. But that piano part at the very end, with a nice big hey from both choirs. I am so excited about this piece. I can't wait for my choir to do it, selfishly, obviously. But I will definitely let you know once this is completely finished. Again, I would love to hear any feedback you got. I am open to hearing just about anything. Obviously, no promises that I'm going to change anything because it's still my song. But yeah, let me know. You like it? You want to perform it with your choir? I will definitely let you know when it's finished. If you comment down below that you want a free copy, just let me know. I'll get you the copy of this. You can perform it with your choir. Would love to hear those recordings then. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. We'll let you know when it's all completed. Until then, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you did, and you are still here, thank you. I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I am trying to make it all the way up to 10 subscribers. Hey, if this really blows up, maybe I'll hit 100. But right now, I'm working up until 10. I'm bored. Everybody's got to start somewhere. So if you're still here, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated. Make sure you know when that song's coming out. Please hit the subscribe button. But check out this video. That's going to be right here. That is the video that I did about this song earlier. It has some more history about where it came from, but then, like I said, it didn't go very swimmingly when I tried to pull up the Sibelius file. Yeah, other than that, thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you next time.